Welcome to the Kabbalah Jewish Center's video blog, Torah portion of Vayeira. Our hearts and prayers go out to all those affected by Hurricane Sandy, which ripped through the East Coast this past week. We ask that everyone kindly donate generously to Chabad's relief efforts in helping our brothers and sisters and beyond cope with the tremendous loss and destruction. Here's a link to make your donation now. The Torah portion this week has been a difficult one for me to find lessons to. After all, pretty much the entire theme of Vayeira discusses Abraham. Abraham! Some of the life of probably the most influential person that ever lived is discussed in this week's Torah portion. And the Torah actually expects me to bring practical application into my tiny little mistaken-riddled life. Abraham is a hugely righteous man, almost seems superhuman. And I am but a fragmented creature with a beard, kippah, and a gluttonous hunger for potato knishes. Comparing me to someone that I could never be sounds very much like my mother.
You know, Benny, why couldn't you be more like Susie's son Gerald? He helps out in the house.
That's never gonna happen. But back to the topic. Just look at the life's accomplishments that Abraham did. Ready to die for what he believed in. Circumcised himself at age 99 years old because God told him to. He prayed to God to save a terrible city of sinners that he didn't even know. Was ready to sacrifice his only son again because God told him. I mean, you tell me, does this guy belong in the Hall of Fame or in an institution? Well, thank God Abraham lived and did exactly what he did. If not for him, idol worship and a world completely lacking in any morals would have made humanity extinct long ago. Okay, let's be honest. Where does the real magic of Abraham lie? Is Abraham really that special? Throughout history, so many people have given their lives for their beliefs. Jewish people as well as other faiths. How many people have given up the lives of their family and their children because of their religion? Huge numbers. So what is so unbelievably impressive with Abraham? What makes him stick out like an adult rabbi waiting online at the carousel in Disneyland? What? It didn't happen to me. Well, there's this one challenge that God gives Abraham, which we read at the end of this week's Torah portion. It is this particular story which we recount every single day in our prayer. The story of the Akedah. The binding of Isaac. God tells Abraham to take Isaac. You know, the one that God himself promises Abraham will become a great nation one day? Bring him atop a mountain and slaughter him as a sacrifice. Abraham quickly obliges. Travels with his son Isaac for 3 days. Sees the mountain, walks uphill, builds the altar, binds his son, takes the knife, raises his hands, and then... No! The angel stops Abraham at the last second, declaring God's love and pride to Abraham's dedication. Again he is blessed, and he goes home with his still alive son Isaac. So what makes this test special? What does this test have which takes Abraham from being a very religious and committed man to becoming a legend and almost superhuman? The answer, my friends, is privacy. In his last test, there is no noise. Abraham is alone with his son and must kill him. Nobody will ever find out of his tremendous strength in slaughtering his only son because of God's command. There are no promises of spiritual rewards or Guinness World Records to be broken. No photographers are around to snap front page paparazzi reports. Abraham is all alone in this one. Will he follow God's command or not? And he comes through. I don't know about you, but when I'm alone with nobody around, I tend to act very different than when someone's watching. Hello? No, I got bad reception. Why'd you give me this community? Okay, I hear you a little better now. When it comes to doing mitzvahs and following God's commandments, being all religious is much easier when someone's watching you. When I am all by myself, that's when the real challenge begins. Oh, yeah, sessional. Do I do the right thing because it's the right thing, or do I worry what others will say and what the benefits will be? Abraham becomes a legend when he sacrifices his comfort and human instincts to do what God wants and do the right thing. So this week, ask yourself, are you capable of tickling that little Abraham found in you, allowing it to express itself even when nobody else is around? Or do the cameras need to be rolling in order to get you to be good? Find the right answer. Wishing you a Shabbat Shalom and a blessed week.
ושירים ארוג כי אליך נא